Okay, so there seems to be a lot of questions and maybe confusion about changing the oil in a Kanzaki KM3 Alpha transmission. My transmission is bolted to the back of a Yanmar 3GM30 Foxtrot in a 1986 CNC 35 Mark III. So this is what I do. I'm not saying this is right or wrong. It says right on the back of the nameplate that it's SAE 20/30 HD, which means it could be either 20 weight or 30 weight. I have 30. Let me see. I know this is backwards because I didn't flip my camera or my phone, but anyhow, Rotella SAE 30 T1 straight grade engine oil I got from Tidewater Marina in Havre de Grace, who is a Yanmar service shop. So I assume this is the right thing to get. I'm certain that it is. I've been using 15/40, which I'm not sure that's the right thing or not. I've been using it for a couple of years. It seems to work okay, but my transmission's got a bit of a whine in it. I've been a little bit worried about it, so I tracked this down, and I'm trying to flip this phone around so we can watch what's going on here. But let me do this. Do it this way. So there's the dipstick on top of the transmission. There is a copper washer in there. You got to be really careful of that you get that as well. But the dipstick has a mark, one mark. There's not two marks on this dipstick. There's one mark all the way at the bottom, like maybe an 1/4 inch from the bottom, and then there's an air hole in it. Let me see that, because it does breathe air. There's an air hole there through, and there's an air hole right there because it does breathe. But anyhow, you're supposed to put 0.3 liters of this SAE 20 or 30 weight oil into the transmission. No more, because if you've ever made the mistake of overfilling an automatic transmission in a car, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and there's no sense in even asking how I know that. But anyhow, so that works out. 0.3 liters, 300 milliliters. I have like an old, here it is. I have an old oil, quart of oil that I just keep around just for, use for this sort of use. You fill it to the 300 milliliter mark, and my funnel, my small little funnel that works really well, very clean. You put that in. Now, when you go to measure the level of the oil, and let's do this again. You do not screw it in. You measure it from right there, right? You don't screw it in. You measure it from right at the top without being screwed in. And this is going to be really tough to see, but if it really is just a smidge above the line right there, which I think is perfect. And actually it's getting ready to drip all over me. But anyhow, and I know this is all tough to see because I'm tucked down in the cockpit locker and behind the engine and the fuel tank. But that's how I do it. It seems to work. I've actually had this transmission out of the boat 2 winters ago and did the lap job on the cones. And it's not particularly difficult. I mean, you can actually pull the transmission out of here in 15 minutes. It's fairly simple to get out. And it's actually fairly simple inside. It's just really just gears in the cones. I mean, if you don't get too deep into it, which I didn't. I just followed some YouTube folks that did it, and it seemed to work out pretty well. So anyhow, That's it. That's what I got. Like I say, seems to be a lot of question and confusion about different, some people are saying ATF, some people are saying, you know, the whatever oil you put in your engine, which is basically true, but it says right on the back of the, if you take a picture or get down there and look, it says right on the back of the transmission what it wants you to use. And so that's what I'm using. And some of these Yanmar transmissions do take automatic transmission fluid. This one does not. This one's just regular old 30 weight heavy duty oil. So anyhow, that's it. Tech tip for the day. See ya.